This is Hope and Direction at high noon. I'm Matthew. Thanks so much for stopping by. We're so glad that you were able to join us today. Hey, in this series, we're talking about hope and direction in all of our times of trouble, and we're asking a really interesting question. Is God your treehouse? So we're going over 3 tips for finding real peace by asking, is God your treehouse? Now, in past videos, we talked about how when I was a kid, I liked to build tree forts and I liked to hide in there, and it was a really great place for me to find refuge. And we're asking questions today. Where do you hide when you need a time of refuge? Where do you hide when you're afraid? Where do you hide when you feel trouble? Now, when I was a child, there was a very popular song that would play on the radio that I could hear when I was hiding in my tree fort. It went like this: "She has eyes of the bluest sky, as if they thought of rain. I'd hate to look into those eyes and see an ounce of pain." Do you know the song? "Her hair reminds me of a warm, safe place where as a child I'd hide and pray for the thunder and the rain to quietly pass me by." Now, if you know this song, it's a song back from the 1980s. It's Guns N' Roses, "Sweet Child of Mine." It might be the first time you've ever heard a pastor talk about "Sweet Child of Mine" in a very serious way, but I want you to think about it. That song is not just popular because Slash is going on the guitar. It's popular because it touches a very deep place inside the human heart for a desire of refuge. Think about it. She's got hair that reminds me of a warm, safe place where as a child I'd hide and pray for the thunder and the rain to quietly pass me by. Every single one of us needs a place of refuge. The question is, where do you hide when there's times of trouble? How do you find peace? The scriptures tell us very clear, and one of the things that we can learn from Proverbs 18:10 is that the name of the Lord is a fortified tower. Other translations say that he's a strong tower. The righteous run into it and they're saved. The really great message for us is that God is a place where we can hide. We can hide in our refuge. We can hide in our trouble. We can go to him like a little child and pray for the thunder and the rain to quietly pass us by. And we learn that real tips for finding peace are that we need to go to the Lord, and first we need to call on God for help. You can't go into the tree fort unless you call on God for help. He can't be your place of refuge unless you learn to pray to him. And that's why we're talking about 3 tips how you can find real peace. Now, today, we want to focus on the second of the 3 tips, hiding your heart in God. And if you tune in tomorrow, we're going to talk about trusting God in our trial. Well, what does it look like to hide your heart in God? Where do you hide, and does it help? Now, I'll just tell you, a lot of times people say, the funniest jokes people say all the time is that pastors only work 1 hour a week. You can believe that if you want to. And also, the second thing that they joke about is that we're perfect. We're not. I can tell you right now, there are a lot of places that I like to hide my heart, and it just doesn't work. It's a dead end. It's bankrupt. It creates more stress. And the more the Lord shows me that his name is a high, strong tower, and that I can run into him and be saved, the stronger and more peace I have in my heart. And the question is, where are you running and where are you hiding when there are times of trouble? See, how do you hide your heart in God is something that a lot of people don't know. They don't know what it means. Okay, that's great. You give me this proverb, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, a righteous run into it and they're saved. Okay, what does that mean? Well, it really means that you go and you hide your heart in God in the supernatural world in prayer, okay? Now, here's a bonus, all right? Don't do it silently. Do it out loud and do it for real. In other words, say it like this: God, I'm so concerned about. Lord, I choose to run to you. I choose to hide my heart in you. And you know what? This is a supernatural exercise of where you place yourself spiritually in the spiritual world, where you put your psychology in your imagination. Are you imagining yourself in a train wreck? Are you imagining yourself jumping off a cliff with no bottom? Are you imagining yourself in free fall? Where are you imagining yourself? Listen, imagine yourself in the lap of your Father as he holds you and says, I love you, I treasure you, I cherish you, you're my good child, I will put my arms around you, I will fortify you like a strong tower, you are safe with me. This is a huge tip for us today. There are so many people that need some good news, and the good news for you today is that the name of the Lord is a strong tower. You can run into him. You can be saved. Today, hide your heart in God. Find your refuge in God. And how you do that is through prayer. Here's the other thing. I didn't put it on the screen, but can I just say one more thing? You always get bonuses with me, right? Free stuff, okay? Don't always do it alone. You know, the people that helped me most find this were the people who cared for me when I was in the most pain and when I was in the most fear. And they gave me this verse. They showed me, they allowed God to show me this verse, and they prayed with me. These people held my hand and said, here, let's go to God in the supernatural world. Let's go to him. He's a strong tower. In him you'll find safety. Look, we're really glad you keep tuning in to our Facebook channel. We're so glad that you're looking at YouTube. Every day you're going to be able to find hope and help, hope and direction at high noon. Every day you're going to be able to get some hope and direction. If you liked this, please give us a little like. Definitely share it with people that know you and that you love and you want to see encouraged. This is the time where we stand together. This is the time where we encourage each other. And these videos are designed to really help your heart. So today, share this with someone. Pray out loud to God. Find your hope and help in him. And until tomorrow when we have our next Hope and Direction at High Noon, keep the eyes of your heart focused on Jesus. And let's follow him together.